guys, welcome back to the studio. Just cutting some stencils for these guns. Those guns over there. But let's get to it. We got a special guest in the studio today.
What's up, dudes?
The DJ Medic. RC Sparks in the house, guys.
Yeah, coming back to have a look at Bumblebeast today, and I bet you guys want to see it real bad.
Oh, guess what? You can't see it. You gotta go to his channel and check it out. But it's here. Alright, guys. We're gonna wrap up our meeting here, and then I'll give you a little tour. Alright, guys. Aaron's gone. What do you think? Happy camper? I don't know, not so much. You'll have to go to his channel and see how he reacted. It's worth the watch, man. Believe me, check it out. So I had a couple comments on the channel asking for some insights, a little bit of knowledge about who I am. And it's at this time I'd love to do a shout out to TommyFree4736 for your comment. Love your work. Will you do a tour of your studio? Show us more. Love to. And to SD Crawler, what other hobbies do you do? A little more insight as to who you are besides airbrushing. Dude, you ask for it, you'll get it. We're standing in my workshop right now. A little bit about me. Hobbies. I do steampunk builds on the side. This is something I thoroughly enjoy. I've got one of my builds here in the cupboard. And for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, the best way to describe steampunk is Victorian era futurism. So everything looks like it was run by steam. And I've dubbed this the lightning powered rail rifle. I've even built myself a whole steampunk Ghostbuster costume. It's pretty epic. But that's what I love. That's what I do on my spare time, tinkering around with basically stuff that other people throw away, find no use for, and I find a new use for that stuff, man. Keep the landfills free. So keep in mind, it's a mess in here. I've only been here for a couple months. I just moved in. Nothing but a box, man. I put in the subfloor, I put in the partition wall, insulated the thing, drywalled, put in a loft upstairs. I also built a mezzanine, a place where I can do my computing. I'll answer all my emails. That's where I do some of my editing. Got a sitting area where I like to sit, chill, do drawing, cut my stencils. Right now it's overtaken by bike parts. That's a good thing. It means I'm busy. It means I'm making money. Alright guys, why should you watch me? Why should you care? Why should you think that anything I have to say has any value? Well, maybe it doesn't. I don't know, man. I'm 23 years playing around with an airbrush full-time for the vast majority of those years. Picked up an airbrush when I was 14. I had to come up with my own name. 14, 16, you know, I was a bit of a punk, so BloodShot came into play. And the rest is history. I learn something new every day. So when I say, check this out, this is how I do, I may do it different tomorrow. I may do it different next year. Evolution, man. You got to keep growing. Never stop learning. But I don't ever intend to put down the airbrush, man. Arthritis kick in, I'll start spraying with my toes. We'll figure that out. Alright guys, let's take a quick tour. So, got my display cabinet. You know what? You don't need my mug for this. Let's turn you around. Alright, so display cabinet. Some samples I've done. You probably watched that tutorial. This one was done for a client who loved it, sold the bike, kept the tank, bought a new bike, wanted a new paint job. Said, hey, if I give you the old tank, you discount my new one? I said, you betcha. No problems there, man. Looks great in the office. Another one. Painted this for a fellow client. For their truck. Sold the truck, had no use for it. Said, hey, would you like it for your portfolio, the 3D portfolio? I've got countless photo albums. Maybe one day we'll flip through a couple of those. I've also got a saddlebag, the jet you see up there. That's actually my dad's. I've painted more projects for him than anybody else on the planet. And he doesn't usually ride with bags, so I get to keep that here. He's got the other one in his shop. He actually does all my base coats and clear coats. And paved the way for me to be where I am today, I'll tell you, man. Couldn't have done it without him. Drums was painted 20 years ago for a buddy. Unfortunately, he ran through some hard times, couldn't pay me, couldn't come back, and dude, it's been mine ever since. The wolf helmet. which is by far my favorite of all my pieces. If you haven't seen the video, man, check it out. I get into detail on how I brought this puppy to life. Some other helmets I've been collecting that I'm going to get around to painting. Gas tanks I've collected that I'm going to get around to painting. I like my blades. I've got a few of them, some antique, some authentic. Before you ask, it's a replica. Don't kid yourself. I wouldn't hang something like that where anybody could come grab it. I paint my blades as well. I do BloodShot blades. So this is the BloodShot Problem Solver. And never have the same problem twice. That's right. And this is all done with one-shot paint. It's all done by hand, paintbrush. Some more examples of my pinstriping motifs. Lettering, gold leaf. Oh, more lettering. Some panels. This one, I started this one again when I was probably 18. Never got around to finishing it. I'm hoping this is going to be another one of our tutorials, guys. Another panel I did up when I was first starting out. This is the first wolf I've ever painted, and this is when I was using paintbrushes rather than the scratching method. And flip her around here. And this was a test sample for a bike where we had to come up with a $100 bill inside a flame. All done with stencils, hand cut. I don't have a plotter. I do this all by hand. Some variegated gold leaf and then pinstripes. My favorite goalie helmet, the Tagger. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. All right, guys. Not much to say. This guy's goalie helmet. He's a tiger. The dented fender. All right, this guy got rear-ended. Painted his bike, and about 2 years later, he got banged up back from behind. But check it out, guys. And this is a testament. I keep this around as a shining example as to why we use automotive paints on everything I do. Why we seal it, why we protect it. Look at that. You can still see the signature, man. Careful, the Reaper will come for you. Alright, and back down to the workbench. I'm sure you guys recognize this project. My paints, system music. I'm old school, guys. I don't have an iPod. I listen to CDs. Ooh, this is a good start. My very first airbrushing panel. Alright, you can see. It's loose, pretty fat lines. Not a lot of detail. But I'm proud of it, man. One of my first pieces. There's no date. There's no signature, but I can tell you exactly when I did it. Another piece, this eagle that we're looking at, I just sprayed as a test sample when I was learning. This guy was sprayed over 15 years ago. I carry him around with me. Halloween mask for a buddy. We sprayed the color, had the color. He gave me the mask, and I thought he wanted it back, so I mounted it, gave it some True Fire. And he was like, well, what am I going to do with that? I'm like, put it on your wall. He's like, put it on your wall. There it stands. My snowboard. Again, painted this one up for a client. Fell in some hard times, needed some cash, so I bought it back. One of the best purchases I think I've ever made. This guy is one of my favorite pieces. And the airbrush, let me tell you, you're spraying water, man, the airbrush is one of the best ways to achieve it. Even if you look at the water kicking up on the bow of the boat. It's too bad we can't zoom in. I'll slap a picture. There you go. Now you're seeing some of that detail. And if you look closely, you'll actually see there's a skeleton playing a guitar on the front of the boat. Details. My skateboards. Alright. Dogs of Law. These are a motorcycle club in the city here. These are the guys you want to call if you're ever in any trouble. They're not the ones that will come and break buddies' legs, but it's a group of lawyers and some of the best I know. Yeah, I know some of the other guys as well, but I helped with the design on this. There we go, I drew the head. Same with my longboard. Now this one actually gets used and abused. Another charity that I helped out with, Boarding for Beaties. And they did a series of these longboard decks and sold them for charity. And this all started off as a panel that I pinstriped. They photographed it, turned it into a screen, screened it onto the boards. Pretty cool. So I'm more about speed, dude. I've got the little boards too. That might bring some of you guys back. The 1988 Powell Peralta. Yeah, that's mine. I got that thing brand new. I've been lugging that around ever since. Other boards that I've got that I use and abuse. I'm not the type to hit the skate park. I'm a little too old for that these days. You won't see me down there, but man, if you blink, you won't see me at all. I've gotten up to 60 clicks on this board. Cruising like a demon, man. It's what I love to do. Speed. All right, let's head up. Proudly Canadian. Some more work I did long time ago. A sketch I did, I think this is 03. Just got it blown up to poster. All right, guys, now keep in mind, empty shelves. I've only been here for a couple months, so I still haven't been able to unpack everything. There's a better view of my arsenal. That guy there, that's a 4-foot blade. Got my Ninjato katana, way down there, hanging on my door. With my nunchucks. I've become pretty proficient. So this is the desk. It's nothing too crazy. Yes, all you MFs, I still run Windows XP. Again, I am old school. Get that in your HUD. I'm old school. Ain't gonna change. I'm also magic. Check it out. Mona, come to me. So this was the storage area I told you about. I got some bike parts in there. It's where I keep my steampunk knickknacks. There's a Olaf inflatable that ain't inflating. Bastard. And yeah, it just keeps the area clean, but usable. Secret wall. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Alright guys, let's head back down. Alright guys, that's the virtual tour. Bookshelf in the corner. That's where I get some of my reference, but nowadays with the internet, man, I haven't opened up a book in a very long time. That came out wrong. I read, I just don't go for reference in the bookshelf as much as I used to. That's better. What more is there to say? But thanks. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for checking me out. Thanks for checking out my channel. Plenty more to come. If you have any questions, if there's anything you'd like to see more of, comment down below. I'll get back to you. As always, guys, like, follow, subscribe, tag, you're it. I don't know how all this stuff works, but if you like this stuff, guys, tell the world I want a whole army of airbrush wielding warriors. Starts with you. Starts with you. All right, guys. Till next time, Ryan, A.K.A. BloodShot Airbrushing. Cheers. Put your guns in the air and celebrate. The BloodShot Army grows stronger every day. 10,000 views, and that's all thanks to you. The BloodShot Army salutes you. At ease, soldier.